You guys could go ahead and ask questions. You guys could go ahead and ask questions to our GMB advisor, and then we do have February events and then March events that we do have upcoming.
All right, guys. So just to let you guys know, our brigade is approaching really fast. We do have 36 days left. And also just a quick little reminder, you can continue to ask family members or friends or anyone that you know that can continue to donate to your brigade page, because at the end of the day, you want as much donations as you can get. So it's super important to just to ask around. You never know who can actually give you a donation. So you never lose anything in actually asking. So after this slide, we're going to let Maritza take over. So Maritza, you can go ahead and share your screen whenever you're ready.
Oh, sure thing. I don't know, Desiree, can you open the slides? I think my computer might crash if I share screen.
Yeah, so I could go ahead and share the slides right now. Okay.
So good afternoon, everyone. Apologies that I don't have my camera turned off. As I mentioned at the beginning of this call, I think it might crash if I have both the mic and the camera on. So apologies beforehand. But my name is Maritza Zhen. I'm a senior program associate at Global Medical Brigades. And yeah, today we're going to go over, sorry about the noise in the background. Today we're going to go over some of the logistic items that you have been having lots of questions. And hopefully this meeting can answer all of your questions. If not, we'll have a Q&A at the end. And joining me today is Oscar Fajardo, and he, I'm not sure if I'm saying the title correctly, Operations Director for Guatemala. And I don't know, Oscar, if you want to kind of quickly introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you, Maritza. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invite. I'm here just to answer any questions you may have before we arrive to Guatemala. If it's about safety, about transportation, food, lodging, staff, any of those, please go ahead and do that. Do not hesitate. I'm here to help, and it's a pleasure to meet you. And knowing that pretty soon we're gonna meet each other in person back over there in Guatemala. So thank you for that, and I'm here to help you.
For instance, like the fourth grade, and like your parents were like, awesome. Thank you so much, Oscar. And with me today is also Phil Bowers, whose title is ever changing. So I'm not sure what it is this week, but he will also be joining you during your brigade. I don't know, Phil, are you here? Could you quickly introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. My name is Phil Bowers. My title is ever changing. It depends who I'm introducing myself to. But I am mostly our partnerships coordinator, which means that I work really closely with a lot of our corporate partners. The biggest one being Med School Coach, which you may or may not have heard of, that does med school prep. But it has just been a long time since I was on a medical brigade. I think the last time I was on one directly was 2015 or 2016. So it's time for me to get back out there and kind of brigade in person. So I'll be out there with you the full week. And I'll kind of just be like any other volunteer, sort of a fly on the wall. But I'll also be available for questions the whole time if you want to pick my brain about GMB.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Phil. But yeah, so most of you know me from a lot of emails that you may have received. So yeah, that's just part of my job. I'm mainly the liaison between our chapters and our programming countries. So that's a program associate for you. So yeah, Desiree, can you go to the next slide? So as I mentioned at the beginning, we had a couple of questions from you guys, and we compiled it together with Desiree so that we could answer all of your questions in one meeting. So again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to unmute yourself and ask them, and we will answer them to the best of our abilities with the help of Oscar. So yeah, so as you may already know, we will be traveling to Guatemala, and some of the communities that we visit are small to medium and big, large. So it's 100 to 1,000 people, depending on the community that we will go to. And we mainly work in the regions of Chimaltenango and Tecpan. And then some of the agricultural communities work in the coffee sector, sugarcane, flowers, and fruits. And currency is $1 for 7 quetzales, 7.89 quetzales. So that's a little bit about Guatemala. More logistics question. Your coordinator is will be Soila, and Desiree, please let me know if at any moment you can't hear me. But your coordinator is Soila Magali, and I have attached a photo of her here. She will be waiting for you at the airport, and she will be guiding you through the activities for the rest of the week. So she will be your main point of contact while you are in Guatemala. And the community that we will have our research days and clinic days will be in Aldea Paxorot, Tecpan. We could go to the next slide, please. So yeah, Oscar just informed me that the compound assigned is Equen El Tejedor. Just a little bit more information about the compound itself. It's right here. The sleeping quarters are bunk beds. We'll have running waters for showers and sink. And then the meals are a mix of Guatemalan and American food. So some of the things you'll see is rice, meat, chicken, salads, and which reminds me that if you didn't fill out your dietary restrictions within your roster questionnaire, please do shoot me an email and let me know so I can add it to the list. And if you don't know what you filled out on your roster questionnaire, so shoot me an email and I'll add that information as well. But yeah, so all of the information is here. Let me know if you have any more questions about the compound itself, but all pillows, bed sheets, and towels will be provided. For the note there. So yeah, next. Thank you. So the general itinerary for an 8-day brigade, and I want to go with this in detail just because our other resources show a little bit differently. So I created this one specifically for your chapter. So your brigade will be an 8-day brigade as we had a add-on activity added to your brigade. So day one, we'll pick you up from the airport. You'll settle into your compound, and we'll have some presentations that evening, and the next day we'll prepare for the research day. So we'll be doing research all day long, and we'll separate into groups, and our coordinator will teach you how to use the Kobo tool, and we'll be doing surveys house by house. Then we'll move on to day 3 to day 5, right into your clinic days, and I'll have a rotation slide next so we can discuss that because we've been receiving tons of questions about those, how that work. And then on day 6 we'll have a cultural activity day, which will be Antigua. Oscar has confirmed me you'll be visiting Antigua. And then on day 7 you'll have your add-on activity, which your group has selected, Lake Atitlan. So this is a general itinerary. Please don't mind the hours stated in this document. Once you are in country, Soila will provide a more detailed itinerary, okay? So next slide, please. Okay, awesome. So this is how the clinic will look like and the stations that we will have available. Again, we will be as flexible as possible when we set up these clinics because we will work with what the community has. And it depends a lot if the community has a bigger school or a smaller school. So we'll adapt to the facility that they have. Okay, so the patient goes through intake, and at intake, our community members will be helping us with this station. They will dot down the information of the patient, for example, their first name, last name, their ID number, which community they're from, and yeah, more information, date of birth, and all sort of things. So then the patient will move on to triage, where you will be in charge of this station. So we'll pair you up, and you will be taking all the vitals for the patient. So we have the patient has a patient form, right? And you'll go through section 1 and 2, asking the question for asking the patient, sorry, for their medical history, for their family history, any current medications they're taking, any if they're allergic to any type of medication, and we'll go on to vitals like blood pressure, weight and height, and a ton more. So once the patient is done in triage, they move to consultation. We'll have 2 general physicians, and they will be visiting, and they will relay their information to the doctor. After that, the patient can decide if they want to move on to gynecology station and dental station. So at the dental station, we will only have extractions, and at the gynecology station, we'll have pap smears. But in this station, we are requesting only 1 to 2 female volunteers. After they're done with these 2 stations, they will move on to adult charla and then children charla. So we'll kind of separate the group, and the community members will be in charge of adult charla, while you guys will be in charge of children charla. And after, while you guys are doing charla and you're doing this educational workshop with the patients, a pharmacy will be preparing their prescription. So ideally, once the prescriptions are done, is usually when the charla is completed. And once that is done, the patient leaves, and we will stay with the patient form to input all of their information into our data informatics. So sorry about that. Yeah, so that's how a patient goes through a clinic, and Desiree and Kimberly will be working on a rotation schedule for each person attending this brigade. So that way you'll know which is the station that is assigned to you, and we'll do rotations at lunchtime. So that way you can visit another station. So yeah, so that is with the medical clinic. Can we go to the next slide? Okay, awesome. So we've talked previously about children charla and how you will be in charge of this station. So charla means chat. So it's an educational workshop in which you, as the student volunteers, will be teaching the kids on a specific topic. For this brigade, we have gone with the topic oral hygiene. So what we will need is for you to be as creative as possible and create possibly a skit or come up with a song that will help the children brush their teeth, show them all the techniques. And yeah, so the idea behind this is teaching the kids so everything they need to know about oral hygiene. After they're finished with their educational workshop, you could feel free to play with the kids and yeah, come up with any games that you may have in mind. For example, like Duck Duck Goose, which is a really popular one, or any other games that you might come to mind. So yeah. Oh, by the way, and then we would need your support in creating like poster boards or anything like that. So please bring the materials. We can work on it on the compound after our research day. We could work on creating this very colorful poster boards, which will gravitate their attention. Remember, the kids have short attention spans, so the more colorful we can make it, or the more fun that we can make it, they will stay attentive to all you say. So yeah, pro tip there. Okay, awesome. So with the flights, I know 20 of you are in the group flight, and I believe 1 is joining independently. So this information is for the ones who are attending in the group flight. So we have a flight from LAX departing on March 29, and 10:06 and arriving to PTY, and then you'll have a layover in Panama, and then we'll land in La Aurora, Guatemala. So you'll be arriving at 8:56 in the morning. And then departure is at April 6th at 1:28. Again, we'll have a layover in Panama City, and you'll land back in LAX on April 6th at 11:40. So some of the things that you need to know about the group flights is that you will check in at the counter. So because everything is tied under one reservation, you will have to check in the. Sorry? So you'll have to check in at the kiosks or at the desks, and please, we do suggest everyone to arrive 4 hours before departure, just so that you have enough time to check in all your bags, all your supplies and donation bags, and the e-ticket number. You must have already received it from our travel team member, Daniela Gutierrez. So please make sure to check your emails once again. Check if you've received an email from Daniela Gutierrez. The title of the email is "Your tickets are available," and then the name of the university. Okay. So yeah, any questions about flights? Nope. Okay, we'll go to the next slide then. Okay, some few announcements that we have. I kind of mentioned it at the beginning already, so I went ahead. But if you have any dietary restrictions or allergies that we need to know, please shoot me an email if you haven't already put it in your roster questionnaire. It is important for us as staff members to know, so we can prepare beforehand. If there is an allergy that you have to carry an EpiPen, please bring it with you, as our compounds do not have EpiPens. So if you have a severe allergy, please bring an EpiPen with you. Important deadline. So as I'm not sure if Alondra, Kimberly, or Desiree mentioned it at the beginning, but we want you guys to continue your fundraising efforts because a deadline is coming up. We have our final donation goal deadline coming up this March 16, 2024, and you must complete all of your program donation in order for you to join us. So it's coming up close. So I know there are other events coming up soon, so please participate on those as well. And then passports. I have sent an email to some of you listed here with missing passport information. So if you're on this list, just shoot me an email, ask me to unlock your roster questionnaire so you can input your new passport information with the expiration date. And the last announcement is the upcoming fundraisers. So your chapter has been doing such a great job at fundraising. Desiree and Kimberly were just telling me about the Aguas Frescas fundraiser that you have, and the chamoy apples and the elote apples, which has been such a big fundraising event at your campus. So if you haven't been a part of it, I highly suggest you join them because it has been so successful that they have raised in one event over $500 with Aguas Frescas only. So imagine if we combine all of them together, right? So I know that there's an elote fundraiser coming up, and another Aguas Frescas coming up. So I don't know if Desiree or Kimberly would like to share more information about these fundraisers.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get into that when we go ahead and share our slides. Is that it for your slides for now? Or you have more? Maritza.
Sorry, I just realized I was on mute. Can you go to the next slide?
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so we did really well with the
Yeah, so yeah, that was basically it. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
There
There's a
must be
lag,
a
sorry.
lag. Yeah, exactly. No, that's fine. So we'll go ahead and get into fundraisers in a second. Are there any questions for Maritza? So Maritza has been our main point of contact this whole time. So she's been setting it up for us and getting Phil to go ahead and join our brigade and everything. So were there any questions from any of the volunteers?
Maritza, can you put your email in the chat, please?
Of course, of course.
Thank you.
Yeah, so if you guys do have any questions with like passport information or uploading funds to your account, if there's an issue with that, or any other very specific questions about the brigade, you can also reach out to Maritza, or also check the program website. So yeah, were there any other questions for Maritza? I'll go ahead and switch screens right now.
Also for Oscar, thank you for joining as well, and Phil, if you guys have any questions for them also, since Oscar will be also present during, and Phil on our brigade, if you guys have any questions for them, you guys can feel free to put them on the chat or just feel free to ask right now.
Guys, if I may provide a little more information from what Maritza was saying, is that right? And then answer any question you may have. Well, once again, I just want to contribute with a little more with Maritza was just explaining. Interested, very happy to know that you guys are going to visit us in Guatemala. It's amazing. I don't know how many of you guys have been in Guatemala already on this group. Anyone? Or is it going to be the first time? Great. Great. Thank you. Yes, President. Well, guys, let me tell you about a little bit of Guatemala. I am a Hondurans, but I love Guatemala as my own country as well because we've been working there for a while now. And there's a lot to learn. There's a lot of culture from Guatemala. For instance, it's one of the countries that still have and live people in the communities that we're going to be working at. They still speak the Mayan language. This is very ancient. This is many years and years and years since the Mayan live in this part of the world, and people in Guatemala still speak the language. It's between 21 and 22 different languages, Mayan languages in Guatemala, besides Espanol and some people who speak English too. But there's 21 and 22. Guatemala is one of the richest country about culture. When speaking about culture, it is amazing. I really love it. Another thing that you guys will see when you guys go over there is the way they dress. Being a Honduran, I've been in Guatemala, I have been in Greece, I have been in Panama, definitely Honduras. But when I went to Guatemala and I saw the way people dress over there in the community, it is something different. It is amazing. We work with the indigenous community in Guatemala as well as Panama. I visited one time Panama's community, and ever since I saw that, then I went to Guatemala, and I really love those dresses. It is amazing, because you're gonna see all the women dressing in their own costumes. That's the daily clothing. I really love that. I definitely love this part of the culture in the country. We're going to be having people who speak English and Espanol over there for us to translate, but there's also some family members, members from the community who do not speak Espanol at all. They only speak their own language. So we're going to have people from the community translating that to us in Espanol, and then we're going to translate that to you guys in English. So it's one of the things that you're going to be experiencing when we go in this medical brigade pretty soon. So if you haven't looked for any of that part of the history and culture in Guatemala, I want to invite you to do so. Look for that kind of information because it will amaze you that you then get to know a little bit more. I can see Maritza share in the itinerary that we're going to be having one night. We're going to be trying to have a Cachiquel class. It's one of the Mayan languages. So we can take a little bit of the culture with you guys when you go back to the United States. About the food, same thing. We wanna, like Marisa was saying, we wanna be able to provide to you guys a little taste of that food over there. So you know, it's some people like to try new things and new food, new dishes. So this is the opportunity to do so. But we can change that if we see maybe 1 or 2 days, we can change to a different diet if it's needed. I can probably work with the compound, but definitely is needed. Like Marisa was saying, if you have a special diet, we need to know because we need to prepare that. If you have any allergies, we need to know because we need to be ready for that too. We need to talk to the people in the kitchen not to do this and do that, for your own safety. All right. Water, guys, we're gonna be having our own water from the compound. We're gonna be having our own food from the compound. We try to keep this. These are our protocols. Is there a discount for health care workers when will that apply? Okay, that will be a question for Maritza, I guess. But then this is something, some stuff that we'll see. Another thing that is interesting, you guys will see what we get over there, is every community in Guatemala, the indigenous communities, they have their own authorities. For instance, I will explain a little bit better. The country has the federal government, so you can understand me better. Have the federal government, then they have the local governments, which are we call municipalities, but every community has their own authorities. Therefore, communities in Guatemala are very, very safe. None of us is going to be unsafe at any moment. No way, because those authorities are the ones who are going to be receiving us. For instance, at the community, they're going to be with us during the whole week. These authorities are the same people who invite the community members to our medical brigade. They normally have like 1 or twice a month, meetings, with the whole community, and they inform the whole community of any news that they might have, the concerns people there. So this is a very big news for the community since we're going to be arriving there. So how do you identify those authorities? They normally will carry a stick. They will normally carry a stick, meaning that gives like the knowledge. That's how I identify. If I'm an outsider, that's how I identify this person is a member of the community, and it has a position as an authority position in that community. So communities there are very safe. So don't worry about that if anybody has any concerns. I just want to point out kids in school. Maritza was talking about kids charla. What you can expect from people in the communities is a lot of friendly smiles, a lot of happiness, a lot of, people wants to thank you in so many ways. So they're very thankful for what we are going to be doing in the country, so that's one thing you can expect a lot. I think some of them wish they can speak English so they can tell you in your own language, gracias. Sometimes they will say, I was right here, and probably will help us a little bit. Matioch. I am not very fluent in Cachiquel, but I believe that's the way they write it, means thank you. So those kind of little words, we're going to be, yes, yes, that's it. You knew it?
You accidentally just sent it to me, so.
Oh, I am sorry. I thought,
Thank you.
I thought it was too old. Yeah, sorry about that. So, yes. So we're going to be trying to teach you guys, or somebody who actually is fluent in Cachiquel will try to teach you those general words. Gracias, buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, etc. so we can actually communicate with them, right? And another thing you can expect is the kids in school. They want to play with us, all right? They want to be with you guys. They want to hug you. They want to play with you guys because this week is going to be a party week for not just the community, for the kids in school. So that's another expectation, okay, that you guys can have during this week. Very friendly, right? They want to be with you. They want to talk to you. They want to do things with your hair. As girls, have long hair, they want to do that. I mean, that's an amazing time that we're gonna be having with the kids. If you notice it, and I think Maritza explained a little bit about the itinerary, your arrival is on the 30th, and normally our first day of the community is a medical brigade, but in this case we switch it with Maritza. On the 31st, we're gonna do the encuesta. Sorry about that.
Research.
I forgot it. Research. Thank you
Research.
much. Research. Just because 30th and the 31st, we are still in Eastern. I don't know if you guys knew about that. So Guatemala, because of the culture and everything, is a very religious country. Easter week over there is definitely one of the biggest week for the people who live in Guatemala, but also has a lot of tourist places. Antigua, Guatemala is one of those places. Actually, recently, Antigua, Guatemala, they just closed the city for no cars. People just can enter the city by walking only. It's so many people that is incredible. So that's the reason why we switch it. So we can have patients on the 1st of April. All right, so if one of you might have a question, well, we did that, that's the reason, because we want to have patients at our medical brigade. If we do that on the 31st, I don't think we're going to have anyone because people will be at church, right? So we want to have it in our medical brigades on the 31st, on the 1st of April, I'm sorry. So it depends a lot on the space on school, so definitely we are working with teachers and principal over there so we can have enough spaces for our stations. Yeah, I think that's some of the points that I have down here I wanted to share with you guys. But most important is that we're going to be having fun all this time. We're going to be helping a lot of people. You guys, with an open mind, we're going to be learning a lot. We're going to be learning about Cachiquel, which is a new language. We're going to be learning from the culture. We're going to be learning from the food. Some of you guys who don't speak Espanol, this is a pretty good chance to do so. Practicar algunas palabras, practice some words. That's what we are for. This trip is going to be something incredible in a bunch of aspects, if you guys would like to do so. Besides, one of the objectives, helping a lot of people in the communities, right? And be able to provide those in need. So that's what I have. I don't know if you guys have any questions or anything that you guys would like me to participate a little bit more, but I'm very happy to have you, to meet you, and I'm looking forward to the end of the month in March. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Oscar. Definitely a lot of context about Guatemala. And thank you so much for sharing that. Desiree does have a couple of announcements. I know that you have to go really soon. For all the students here, I know that you have classes. So Desiree, do you want to hop on with some announcements?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming in and talking to everyone about this. So thank you. Round of applause for them. Virtual round of applause.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So we do look forward to getting to know more about Guatemala. So I would say to all of our volunteers, keep your Thursdays open. We're gonna stick to Thursdays during U hour. And because we're only 5 weeks away from our brigade, we do want to start getting together, start taking this seriously. So make sure you're showing up for at least like one event per month. Let's see. So we're gonna go ahead and go through this really fast, but we're definitely gonna ask that everyone come through. So for participation. Alondra, do you want to share, or should we try to go quick?
Alrighty, guys. So, we do have prizes coming up soon by the end of the semester. So, if you guys have not attended any fundraisers or socials or meetings, we are taking attendance for that. So, if for next week, we are having our Aguas Frescas fundraiser. So, we do hope to see everyone there. If you guys could stop by, we'll have like a form, and then you guys could just like put what dates that you guys the times that you guys could help us. You guys could help us for like 30 minutes or 20 minutes. Doesn't have to be a long time, but we really would appreciate you guys being there. And then also, since the semester, like we only have like 2 or 3 months left, so we will be announcing EBOR election soon. And then just Brigade Cloud, like we'll have like a gathering by the end of the semester. And then the prizes that we are having are North Face backpack, and then a safety kit, because you may never know when you're going to need a safety kit when you're in danger or in harmful situations. And then we will be having a 25 Amazon card.
All right, so just a little bit about the supply list. This is super duper important just because we have the link, everything accessible for you guys to just touch and click and check the live donation spreadsheet. So that's everything we currently still need. And then also we have a supply donation letter template. So if you volunteer or you just know any clinic or hospital or where you work, it doesn't have to be like a hospital setting necessarily. There's a lot of like companies that donate and they just want to like give what they have. So then you could just change, I think you can just change like the name of the template and put your own name. And then you could just ask like for basically donations. So what do we need? Everything on the green list is what we kind of need. And then if you touch it, it's like the recent one because we have had some donations. And then COVID-19 supplies, medical supplies, medication, ointments, those are all within that list and that spreadsheet that you guys can have access at any time. Also, where to send it, basically what I have just mentioned, current workplace, local clinic and businesses, dental office, doctor's office, or your family or relatives. Anyone can just, or even yourself, if you're willing to donate, you could just buy like a pack of toothpaste or a pack of soap or something like that, and must be within that 4-month expiration. So yeah, those just a little bit about the donations and the supply list. If you have any questions about that, you could always reach out to whether anyone on eBoard or specifically to Desiree, Bea, or myself.
Okay. For our upcoming fundraisers, we're doing another Agua Fresca fundraiser next Wednesday. We'll be by the library somewhere. So if you do want to sign up for that, we have a QR code right here. Then after that, this next Monday, we're gonna go to Aloha Hawaiian Barbecue, which is right down the street from Cal Poly, and we'll be doing a fundraiser partnered with them. So we could all go there for like lunch or dinner, and go ahead and use that as a fundraiser. And if you guys have any ideas of stuff that you personally want to sell, like if you provide something for us, like if you provide agua frescas or something like that, we could go ahead and give you much more of that money back. And I feel like people might find it more rewarding if you want to set up your own fundraiser. So if you're someone like that and you want to make a lot of money back for yourself, for your brigade, they've been really successful. So if you want to set that up, reach out to Thea, or you could reach out to our Instagram. Just let us know, and we want to help you like make your fundraiser come true. So we'll help you with like the table and the setup and get the people, and then you guys can split the profit. So that would be really good. We made 500 on our last fundraiser. So yeah.
Okay, going back to what Maritza said, you guys will be doing vitals and asking questions about histories from other family members. So going back to what we've been planning or what's going to occur in Friday, the Western U workshop, I highly recommend you guys go 100%, because whatever you guys are going to learn here is what you're going to end up using in Guatemala. Like said before, our date is the 23rd, which is this Friday. The location is there. It should be linked towards where the parking lot is that I'm hoping to meet you all. Starts at 5:30 to 7:30. Food will be provided as well. Oh, another key information is that if you guys have your stethoscopes and your blood pressure pumps, I highly recommend, or you guys are technically required to bring them, so you guys can start learning how to use them and all that for this workshop. If you guys haven't signed up, please sign up. The QR code is there. You can just scan it. If you guys want to contact me for any other, things, there's my email. But yes, I highly recommend you guys show up to this.
And we'll be also taking attendance who's going to be showing up tomorrow as well. So that's just keep aware, guys. Like, we just want to make sure that you guys go, because we do want you guys to practice like more Spanish, because since you guys are going to be like only speaking Spanish, like we really want you guys to come and just like talk to like the deals, talk to them in Spanish, or like you can even practice yourself. Like, you don't have to be the best at it. We just really want you guys to participate. And thank you, Alan, for like creating this like workshop for all of us. Thank you.
Another thing is I will be carpooling, so you can either contact me on email, just ask me, or I'll send my number in the Discord later, so you guys can text me. Also, those that have not received their blood pump and stethoscopes, we will be giving out if you are going to the Western, just so you guys can get it there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so definitely hang on to your blood pressure cuff and your stethoscope this whole time. Like anytime we do a vitals workshop, just bring them. When we go to Guatemala, bring them. So if you didn't go to the first vitals workshop or the Spanish workshop, you should definitely go to this workshop, because we're putting them together. So you're going to do vitals, you're going to ask questions and get your stethoscope. So definitely attend that.
So club shirts arrived last night, so I will also be bringing club shirts and handing them out to anybody who paid our club dues from last semester. And again, as Alan said, if you have not gotten your blood pressure cuffs, we'll also be giving that out too.
Awesome. That's so exciting. Those shirts are so cute. Thank you, Rana, for those shirts.
And then, as you guys may have seen, we posted this on our story. Please let us know and
Sorry, Randy, you're kind of muffled.
Oh, sorry. Okay, can you hear me better now? Hello. Good. Okay. So just fill out the form in our bio, and we will be ordering graduation stools for people who are graduating this semester. You just have to have paid the club dues. So yeah.
Oh, what happened to our slides? Okay. Well, yeah, so those are our events coming up. And we also have an event for next week, but I don't know what happened.
I'll send it out in the email.
Okay, yeah, so definitely come by next week, either show up. So our events for February are going to be tomorrow's workshop, also the Agua Fresca fundraiser, and we're going to have a meeting next Thursday. We're going to do like a pizza party, so we're going to say that one is mandatory for everyone to come, if possible, if you have it off. Come by our normal room next Thursday and join us for pizza. We're also going to send out icebreakers for everyone to fill out so we could all get to know each other. We'll go ahead and post our February events and our March events today to the Instagram. Okay. Any questions or anything from everyone? What kind of pizza? We're going to do Costco, pepperoni, and cheese. I don't know what else to tell you. Love the t-shirt design. Thank you. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, well, thank you guys for coming. Make sure to go ahead and fill out this attendance form if you didn't. And feel free to ask any questions still.
I have a quick question for Maritza. I don't know if she's still on the Zoom.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, why are... Oops, hello. I was wondering why we cannot wear scrub tops.
We aren't allowed to wear scrub tops because we don't want to confuse the community, and we want, if there is a real emergency, then we want to direct them directly to the healthcare provider.
Oh, okay. So just bring like t-shirts.
Yes, I highly suggest for the comfort of everybody on Brigade to wear scrub pants and t-shirts. And please closed-toed shoes. Tennis shoes are the best and most comfortable to go with. And then at the compound, yeah, you can wear shorts and spaghetti strapped t-shirts at the compound. And we want to be a little bit more conservative with our Mayan communities. Yeah. I don't know, Oscar, do you have any other suggestions in terms of what would be the most comfortable clothing?
No, I think if we are going to the communities, thank you very much. I think what you explained just well. Pants, cross pants, and t-shirt will be fine. Tennis shoes, definitely, if you feel comfortable with that. No sandals or any other open toe shoes, because communities have they are not, there are a lot of rocks and uneven roads, so we don't suggest that. But while in the compound, you guys can be as comfortable as you guys would like to, because that's going to be our home for the whole week. When we are home, we are dressing like, we are very comfortable. So in the compound, no problem at all. But in the communities, a little more conservative, like respectful for the communities, because that's the way they are in Guatemala. They are very cultural, and that will be the best for the communities. Thank you.
Okay.
Will it be really warm when we go? Like humid?
Where we go in is the way we're gonna be. The way we're gonna be in Guatemala, in this part of the country, is kind of warm. It will be very sunny. You can expect that, but not as humid as other places in the country. But here, probably dry and hot. Yes.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you guys for coming. We're going to make a group chat with all of our brigade volunteers once and for all right after this meeting. So make sure to stay updated. We're also going to send out updates about our upcoming meetings. We have them planned for Thursdays up until March. We're going to do one on health equity, one on the culture and politics in Guatemala. So that's really important for everyone to go ahead and get to know. Also one on travel tips and packing right before we go. So just make sure you stay up to date, check the Instagram, and we'll also be texting everyone and emailing.
What a great meeting. Thank you, eBoard, for pulling this together.
Thank you to everyone who joined. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Maritza, for setting it up.
Thank you, Maritza and Oscar and Phil.
Thank you all.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great day.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
Thank you. Have a good one. I'll see you in Guatemala.
Bye. We'll see you there.
I will be there.
You there?
Bye.
Where to upload? Vivian's asking where she can upload her passport information, Maritza.
Oh, Vivian, please email me and so I can remember to unlock your questionnaire. So that way it'll pop up as soon as you sign into your My Brigades page.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a great
All right. You guys have a good day too.
Everyone.
Bye. Bye. Okay. All right. Goodbye, everyone. I'm gonna assume everyone's cool. See eBoard at 4. Okay. All right. Thank you.